The condition of the UK property market has been much reported. Locally, it may not be as bad as you think. It all comes down to the banks and a knock-on effect of decreased private property buyers looking for pension nest eggs. So, if you're buying or selling, what exactly is it that you need to know?
When someone approached a building society with £100,000, they thought their pension plan would be to buy a property. They would rent it out, that would pay off the mortgage, which is quite logical, then they would sell that and that would be their pension. When they went to a building society years ago, a building society would say to them, don't buy one, buy five. So that promoted a property market that just flourished, because all the first time purchasers were not being bought by you and I's daughters or sons, they were being bought by developers who were buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These people were then moving to another one, and naturally we reached a peak in 2008 where we all thought it would never end. Northern Rock stepped in, as did Virgin Money, to offer 125% loan to value, and the whole thing was, in my opinion, getting chaotic. And I turned around as one person, because I write articles, and I said, we need to be careful here, this might not continue forever. And therefore, the whole market burst. Confidence is lacking.
Media coverage of the global economy doesn't seem to have helped business, says this estate agent, and it's been a powerful tool. On the bright side, now could be the chance to move up the property ladder.
They like to report, and I understand this bad news, they like to report a depressed market. And I felt that they were maybe anti one party as opposed to another, but it seems to me they continue to report a slump in the economy, a slump in the world economy, and then they'll take this street in London with 15 for sale boards and say, and that'll have a knock on in the property market. So the eastern expansion in Dunfermline that you've had is a massive new build which has an impact on existing property, because if you can buy a 4-bed detached modern luxury lovely house for 150, you struggle 2 miles down the road to have a similar property where they've paid 200. Because we only have a limited amount of new build in Barrett, our houses tend to hold their prices. The conflict comes, however, that Dalgety Bay grew from the tiny village of Dalgety. So we have buyers coming from Fife, from Glasgow, from Edinburgh and from England. And depending on their ethos, that's when we have this interesting contradiction in prices and offers that come in. And our job, in my opinion, that's why we're a good local agent, is to try and encourage people about what they're buying, what they're getting. There is a sense of community in Dalgety Bay, an excellent schooling, a safety. Well, I think we always do quite well. I think there is still, when I compare my figures this year to last year, we have sold less. And there is less come on the market. And I find it terribly interesting that people in 2007 that said to me, Gary, I want to get into Sealstrand, the Bridges, St Combe, all the good addresses within Dalgety Bay, couldn't. Because I had a cavalry charge of people offering 15 and 20% above the asking. Now is their chance to get in there, but they won't do it. And I never realised how much of an investment tool a house is. Someone whose house is worth 350,000, that hitherto was worth 400, now won't sell. They won't sell because they can't dissociate themselves from the value they could have got in the great times. And yet, and here's my closing point, it's better now to be trading upwards, because if you only get 120 for your house instead of 130, you're getting a house at 250 instead of 290. So your net gain is more.